Came home tired from a long day's chore, boots dusty from the fields outside. But there you were on the front porch steps, with that smile I just can't hide. The evening breeze wrapped round us both, soft as the sunset's glow. And in that moment I remember why I never let you go.
I've been waiting with a coffee cup, rocking slow in Daddy's chair, watching sparrows dance above the yard, hoping soon you would be right there.
Then your shadow crossed the gravel path, and my heart knew what it felt
to fall in love all over again on those porch steps where we knelt.
Warm smiles on the front porch steps, where the day unwinds and the world forgets, where your hand in mine feels soft and true, and the old wood creaks like it knows us too. Love comes gentle, love never regrets, with warm smiles on the front porch steps.
Sneaking kisses after dark,
Lantern glow and whispered dreams lit up our stumbling start. Now years have carved their stories deep, but time's been kind, I guess.
'Cause every night I still find home on those steps where my worries rest.
And someday when our hair turns gray and our footsteps slow their pace, we'll still be sitting side by side, with the same glow on our face. Kids grown, life changed, but love remains, where the quiet evening sweeps,
and warm smiles on these porch steps guard the memories that we keep.
Warm smiles on the front porch steps, where the crickets sing in the twilight wet, where your arm round mine still feels like home, though the seasons change and the winds may roam. Nothing fades, nothing forgets these warm smiles on the front porch steps. So let the stars shine overhead, let the long night softly spread, for love lives where our hearts have met, in warm smiles on the front porch. empty porch outside of town. I barely know. The factory lights burn late tonight, and the nights get colder as I go. But every word I send to you is a piece of home I try to save, folded soft in paper creases, riding winds across the plains.
Your letters reach me every week with edges worn from miles and rain. I hold them close against my chest just to feel you near again. I read them neath the lantern light where once we danced in harvest gold. Your gentle words remind my heart some loves never lose their hold.
Letters carried by the wind from that faraway town. Your voice in ink that brings my heart back round. Though distance tries to wear our love down, every word lifts me when the night grows loud. Through storms and miles that keep us bound, your letters ride the wind from that faraway town. I walk the streets when shifts are done, past neon signs and worn out bars, but none of them can pull me in. My thoughts are where the fireflies are. I picture you in summer bloom, your dress in shades of morning light. Oh darling, if you heard my heart, you'd know I'm coming home one night.
I place your letters in a box, the one you carved our names into. The scent of pine and memory still lingers like a dream of you. I read them when the wind is soft and feel it brush against my face, as if it carried bits of you from that faraway, lonely place.
Letters carried by the wind from that faraway town. They hold me up when the world feels upside down. I hear your heart in every line, calling me through space and time. Though you chase dreams you haven't found, your letters ride the wind from that far away town. Someday the wind will change its course and bring you home to me once more,
Where letters turn to warm embraces
and miles no longer keep their spaces.
letters carried by the wind from that faraway town.
But soon the breeze will bring you back around. No ink or paper, just your arms in mine, returning home by God's design. Till then my heart won't make a sound, but wait for winds that bring you from that far away town. suitcase full of dreams. Thought the city's gold and sunshine be much brighter than it seems. But these boulevards are lonely when your love is far away. And I feel our two hearts slipping in the shadows of LA. I drove down Sunset Boulevard with your picture in my hand, trying hard to chase a future neither one of us had planned. Every promise that I whispered gets more distant every day, as we wander like two strangers in the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, where the lights burn bright but love fades away. We tried to hold on, but we lost our way, caught between the dreams that led us astray. Now we're standing where the memories wait. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. I walk past silver screen and stars who shine from roadside signs. None of them can warm me like your hand once held in mine. This city has a hunger that steals quiet love away, and it swallowed all our laughter in the shadows of LA. I played in crowded bar rooms where the people never stay. Faces blur like faded colors in a world of silver gray. And though I chase the spotlight, all I want is yesterday, before we lost our heartbeat in the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, where the lights burn bright but love fades away. We tried to hold on, but we lost our way, caught between the dreams that led us astray. Now we're standing where the memories wait. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. If you called my name tonight, I'd run through every mile. If you opened up your door, I'd stay a long, long while. 'Cause love remembers even when the stars decay, still searching through the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, but maybe hope hasn't slipped away. If we can find the strength to say love's worth more than the price we pay, maybe we'll meet again someday, and no longer be two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. I left our valley at 17, a suitcase full of borrowed dreams. You waved goodbye by the old wood gate, your ribbon blowing in the breeze. I swore I'd write you every week, but the world got loud, the days moved fast. Still every city light I saw made me long for our quiet past.
I stayed behind where memories bloom, where every dawn still speaks your name. I walked that path we used to share, hoping someday you'd come the same.
Your letters came like summer rain, soft and warm but far between. Yet every word you wrote to me lit my heart like fields of green. Hometown love, waiting by the old wood gate, where the heart holds on, though the years grow late. Through every season, storm and twist of fate, I've kept your name where the stars illuminate. No matter how long the road you navigate, I'm your hometown love by the old wood gate. I've walked through towns with neon nights, but none could warm my wandering soul. I chased the things I thought I needed, only to find I missed our home. The letters you wrote kept guiding me, a compass pointing through the haze. They brought me back to where you are, to the love that never strayed.
I saw your shadow down the lane, just like a dream I used to keep. My heart beat wild inside my chest, as if waking from a long, long sleep.
Dropped your bag, I dropped my fears, and all the years just slipped away. The wind stood still, the gate stood strong, as you came home to where I'd stay. Hometown love, waiting by the old wood gate, where two hearts learn that it's never too late. The world may pull, but the truth won't break. Love holds on through every give and take. No distance too wide, no dream too great, for hometown love by the old wood gate. We'll carve our names where we once stood, where time stood still in the golden wood. What's meant to be don't fade away, it just waits for the right day. Hometown love, waiting by the old wood gate, where the road ends in your warm embrace. I've crossed the miles, I've met my fate, right here with you in our sacred place. Forever begins where memories wait, with hometown love by the old wood gate. Down the old dirt path where the daisies used to grow, I see little footprints from a time so long ago.
Back when love was simple, just your hand in mine, and every step we took felt carved in summertime.
I remember running barefoot in the ember light, chasing dreams with you through the gentle fading night.
Those tiny tracks we made in the dust and clay still whisper soft reminders of our yesterday.
Little footprints leading back to yesterday, where our hearts were young and forever seemed that way. Though the years rolled on and life got in the way, we still follow little footprints back to yesterday.
We built a home from laughter and a few worn tools,
Raised our baby steady with old country rules. Their giggles filled the yard like a sweet refrain, echoing softly like the patter of summer rain.
now the kids are grown and the porch feels wide,
But I still feel their footsteps by your side.
and every night at dusk when the sky turns gray,
I swear I hear those echoes call us back their way. Little footprints leading back to yesterday, through the winding memories where our hearts still stray. Though the world moves on and colors start to fade, we walk those little footprints back to yesterday. The past ain't gone, it's just sleeping in the dust, waiting for two lovers to return with trust. Hand in hand, step by step, through the golden haze, we find ourselves again in those tender yesterdays. Little footprints leading back to yesterday,
where our love was planted and forever chose to stay.
now with every sunset, darling, come what may, we follow little footprints back to yesterday. Down by the creek where the soft winds roam, there's a willow tree standing like our childhood home. I still hear your laughter dancing through the June, fading into night like a half-forgotten tune.
I remember every whisper carried by the breeze, your hand in
where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where the world made sense when you were next to me. Through summers of joy and storms we couldn't see, our hearts bloomed wild beneath that willow tree. Time pulled me far across a dusty county mine, chasing work and worry, losing sight of your smiles. But every lonely sunset brought me back in dreams to the willow shade and your voice in the stream. I waited there each season, though the nights got long, humming our old promise like a half-finished song. And though the years were heavy, darling, I stayed true. That willow kept whispering, he'll come back to you, where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where memories linger like sweet history, even when distance pulled our hearts apart. The willow kept hold of our tangled hearts. Now here we stand again, where our story first began. Older hands and trembling hands, but still woman and man. The leaves sway like they're cheering for the love we regained, where sorrow once settled, now hope's unchained, where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where time wrote chapters only love could see. Now the past and future meet in harmony, as we find our way back to the willow tree. These city streets are loud tonight, but all I hear is your sweet tone. Taxi lights and strangers' eyes still make me feel I'm all alone. I left our quiet porch behind to chase a dream that felt so wide, but every step on concrete roads reminds me what I left outside.
Back home, the old pine door still creaks. Your boots are waiting by the wall. I keep the kettle warm each night, just in case you choose to call. The kids still ask about your day. I smile though tears begin to rise, and tell them Daddy's working hard but misses them with aching pride.
Lonely streets of the city, warm smiles back home. Two different worlds that tear at our hearts. You walk through crowds while I sleep sleep alone, but love still bridges the miles we're apart. No matter where your tired feet roam, warm smiles wait when you come home. I pass the diner where musicians play, and think of nights we sang as one. Your voice was soft as autumn rain, your laughter brighter than the sun. These neon nights might earn my pay, but they don't give me what I need. For every dollar in my hand, I lose a memory in the speed.
I walk the fields at early dawn, where we once danced barefoot and free. The wind still whispers your old song and brings your spirit close to me. I light the lantern on our porch, just like you asked before you'd roam. A shining guide through darkest nights, I promise you're never alone.
Lonely streets of the city, warm smiles back home, a tug of war between dreams and devotion. You chase the lights while I guard our home, two hearts steady through life's commotion. Though you wander far through steel and chrome, love burns bright in our home sweet home. Someday the road will bend our way and lead you back through fields of grace, where lonely nights turn into day and warm smiles shine upon your face. The lonely streets of the city, warm smiles back home. But one day soon you'll walk through our door, we'll hold you close, no more nights alone. Love's stronger than it ever was before. The miles may claim the nights you roam, but warm smiles always call you home. Morning light creeps through the cottonwood trees. Coffee warms my hands, you warm my peace. Kids are laughing in the yard again, chasing dreams in the summer wind. But I thank the Lord each dawn above for the country breeze and family love.
I hang the clothes where the wildflowers grow, watch them dance with the winds that blow. Rooster calls and the day begins, simple joys are where my heart's been. And every prayer I whisper soft feels blessed by the breeze and the love we've got.
by the country breeze and family love, where the skies stretch wide and the stars shine enough, where laughter echoes through the fields we roam, and every heartbeat feels like home. No riches needed, we rise above. We're blessed by the country breeze and family love. I've walked roads far from these gentle hills, where the noise grows loud and the world stands still. But nothing out there holds the grace I find in your smile across the clothesline. This life we built fits just like a glove, made strong by the country breeze and family love.
And when the twilight paints the sky with gold, we sit together while the nights unfold. You hum a tune that your daddy knew, I lean close, fall in love anew.
Every sunset reminds me of the gift of this life and our family's love. We're blessed by the country breeze and family love, where the porch light glows as the moon climbs above, where stories linger on warm night air and hearts stay gentle in the love we share. Through every trial we're lifted up, still blessed by the country breeze and family love. So let the winds keep whispering sweet, let the years roll in on steady feet, for we've got heaven right here enough, in the country breeze and family love. I watched your shadow disappear through the noise of busy streets, where the city swallowed heartache and the truth cut far too deep. You said you needed breathing room, a place to chase your dreams somehow, and that's the day you left me in that crowded town, alone and hollow now.
I didn't mean to walk away, but my heart was torn in two, between the life I thought I wanted and the love I had with you. The city lights look brighter and the life we settled down, so I left you there in silence in that cold and crowded town.
The day you left me in that crowded town, the world kept moving while my heart broke down. People rushed past us, but time stood still. Love slipped away against our will. Two souls lost where the noise drowned out the sound of the day you left me in that crowded town. The neon signs kept flickering like the promises you made. And I wandered through the alleys where our memories started to fade. I tried to call your name out, but the wind just pushed me down. Guess even echoes couldn't find you in that heartless, crowded town.
I still hear your quiet pleading every night I close my eyes, and I wonder if you'd take me back if I let go of my pride. 'Cause dreams don't shine like they used to when I'm lonely and worn down, since the day I left you crying in that unforgiving town.
The day you left me in that crowded town, the world kept moving while my heart broke down. People rushed past us, but time stood still. Love slipped away against our will. Two souls lost where the noise drowned out the sound of the day you left me in that crowded town. Maybe someday roads will lead where broken hearts can mend, back to a porch where silence feels like a friend again. If the Lord gives us the courage, we might find solid ground, far away from the sorrow of that crowded, hopeless town. The day you left me in that crowded town, my world felt quiet though the streets were loud. But if love's still waiting in your chest somehow, I'll be right here if you come back around. We'll rewrite the ending if fate allows, from the day you left me in that crowded town. There's a quiet little town where the sidewalks crack, where the morning sun paints the rooftops black, and the old cafe still serves the same coffee strong enough to ease the pain. That's where we carved our names in June, underneath that silver moon. But seasons change and truth comes down. Now it's broken love in a quiet town. Broken love in a quiet town, where whispers rise when the lights go down. Every window holds a memory of what you were and what you meant to me. I walk these streets with my head bowed down. Broken love in a quiet town. Your old red truck still sits out back. Been weeks since I saw you on this track. Folks say you left for someplace new, but my heart knows it ain't true. 'Cause your shadow lingers on the square, in every breeze I feel you there. But truth is cruel and hope unwound leaves broken love in a quiet town. Broken love in where my tears fall soft on the dusty ground. Every church bell rings your name, every sunset burns the same. There's no escape from the hurt I found. Broken love in a quiet town. Maybe someday the pain will fade like painted signs on barns that age. But until then I'm holding on to the ghost of you long gone. Broken love in a quiet town where the nights grow cold and the stars look down. Though the door you left still swings, I can't unlove the simple things. So I'll stay here where my heart broke down, in this quiet town. I walked down to the creekside where the willows softly sway, where we carved our names together in a heart we thought would stay. But the breeze felt cold this morning and the memories cut deep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where our secrets used to sleep.
I still hear your gentle whisper in the rustle of the leaves, saying love would last forever as it drifted on the breeze. But forever's just a promise that this world won't always keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where the water runs so deep.
Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where tears fall quietly and the river softly speaks. Two broken hearts, too tender to weep, lost in the shadows of the love we couldn't keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. The sunlight through the branches feels like echoes of your smile, and I'd walk these banks forever just to feel your touch a while. But the distance grew between us like the current swift and steep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where our promises now sleep.
I return here every season, though the years have drifted far, 'cause the creek still holds a memory of the way we used to are. And no matter where I wander, it's the place my sorrows keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where I learned how love can weep.
Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where tears fall Maybe someday the willow will hear a different song of forgiveness in the moonlight and a love still holding strong. But tonight we stand divided where we once stood cheek to cheek. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the lonely, lonesome creek. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where the past still whispers every time we meet. If the good Lord's willing, love might find its feet. But for now we leave our sorrow in the place so bittersweet. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. I found you standing by the dusty roadside, a suitcase full of salads and a name you wouldn't hide. Your boots were worn from wandering through the dark. You said you're just a stranger on the road to a broken heart.
You look like dawn breaking on a lonely Texas mile. Your voice was soft as sorrow, but your eyes could almost smile. I told you I'd been traveling, falling worlds apart. Yeah, just another drifter on the road to a broken heart.
We were strangers, riding side by side, two lost souls with too much hurt to hide. Under moonlit skies we tried to make a start, walking hand in hand on the road to a broken heart. You shared a tale of love that slipped beyond your hold, a wildfire that faded into ashes in the cold. I whispered mine was stolen, ripped clean apart, left me wandering barefoot on the road to a broken heart.
Somehow in the stillness, your laughter found my chest, like a battered, weary traveler finally getting rest. I told you you were something, a tender work of art, easing every mile out on the road to my broken heart.
We were strangers, riding side by side, two lost souls with too much hurt to hide. Under moonlit skies we tried to make a start, walking hand in hand on the road to a broken heart. Cowgirl, maybe love ain't gone, just lost along the way.
Maybe hearts grow strong when they've known disarray.
Maybe what we found ain't just fate playing its part.
Maybe two strangers can mend one broken heart.
start.
No longer strangers.
On the road to a broken heart. I found an old picture tucked behind the chair, edges worn and yellow by the southern air. There we were laughing, young and unafraid, two hearts falling fast in a love we hadn't made. I've seen that photograph 1,000 times before, hanging crooked on the wall by Mama's old front door. Every scratch and wrinkle holds a story of its own, a reminder of the roots of the love we've grown. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the quiet smiles and the forgotten names. Though the years move on, the memory remains. The past still lives in our faded picture frame. There's one of us dancing in the July rain, your shirt soaked through, but you love me just the same. We didn't need riches, only hearts unbound, and the promise that we'd stand on the same old ground. There's one of you waving as I boarded that train, your tear-touched cheeks still shine in the window pane. And though the miles tried hard to scatter our dreams, you stayed in every sunset, in every in-between. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, through the storm survived and the sweet refrain. Every shadow of time only strengthens the claim that the past still lives in our faded picture frame. Let's dust them off gently, hold what's left of the years, all the laughter that stayed, all the unspoken fears. Side by side we'll treasure the life we've made, from the bright young days to the silver shades. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the love that endures and the light that remains. Darling, no matter how the world reclaims, our past still lives in those faded picture frames. The past ain't gone, it's just sleeping in the dust, waiting for two lovers to return with trust. Hand in hand, step by step, through the golden haze, we find ourselves again in those tender yesterdays.
Little footprints yesterday, where our love was planted and forever chose to stay.
Now with every sunset, darling, come what may, we follow little footprints back to yesterday. I've been riding through the valley where the twilight kisses go, where the whispers of the mountains tell the stories we once told. But every mile grows heavier the farther that I roam, 'cause I'm leaving tears behind me on the trail back home.
I watch the seasons change without you as the lonely nights grew long. Tried to mend a heart that trembled like an old forgotten song.
But hope is hard to carry when you face the world alone, and I cried my share of teardrops on the trail back home. Tears on the trail back home, falling softly as we roam. Two hearts broken, torn apart, still tied by a restless, aching heart. The world, but we've always known we'd leave tears on the trail back home. I passed the dusty wagon road where we danced by firelight, where your laughter warmed the shadows like a lantern in the night. But memories cut deeper than a sharpened river stone, and they carved my soul with teardrops on the trail back home.
I tried to chase new mornings, but they never shone as bright. Not without your boots beside me in the stillness of first light.
So I followed every sunrise, hoping I might atone, walking through my heartbreak on the trail back home. Tears on the trail back home, falling softly as we roam. Two hearts broken, torn apart, still tied by a restless, aching heart. We walk the world, but we've always known we'd leave tears on the trail back home.
If I find you at the gate, will you still call me your own?
If our sorrows meet in silence, will our love again be grown? Or will the winds of yesterday remind us we've outgrown the dreams we left in teardrops on on the trail back home. Tears on the trail back home, like the rain through fields long sown. We lost our way, we lost our spark, but still we search through all the dark for hearts like ours, aren't meant to roam through tears on the trail back home. The morning sun would spill across our tangled sheets, warm as your whisper when our two hearts meet. We linger slow in the hush of that golden light, holding tight to the promise of another perfect night.
And when the day would fade to a gentle purple hue, I'd sit on the porch just to wait for you.
Your silhouette soft in the silver evening glow made every blue night the sweetest one I'd ever known. Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind. In every laugh, every tear, every moment we'll find. Through the turns of time, love stays intertwined. Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind.
Do you remember dancing barefoot by the river bend, giggling like children with the world of men?
The sunrise painted dreams across your steady face, showing me forever ain't a distant place. And every blue night when the sky felt cold, you'd rest in my arms like a story retold. We held on tight when the world felt unkind. Love like ours ain't something easy to unwind. Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind, where the echoes of our footsteps stay perfectly aligned. Through the seasons of life, through the doubts in our minds, sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind. Even now as the years paint silver through our hair, those memories rise up like a whispered prayer. Storms may come, but our hearts still rhyme like a clockwork love, steady through time. Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind.
In the quiet of our porch or the dawn's gentle shine,
Darling, forever lives in moments defined by sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind. I still walk down that winding road, past the mill where the river slows. Your laughter lingers in the summer air, like a ghost of love still living there.
I see your boots by the old porch rail. I hear your voice in the evening gale. But time kept pulling us far away,
though Cedar Creek begged us both to stay. We tried our best, but the tide was strong, and even sweethearts can wander on. Now there's love left behind in Cedar Creek, echoes of promises we couldn't keep, two lonely shadows carved in the pines, two broken hearts reading old love signs. We walked away, but the truth still speaks. There's love left behind in Cedar Creek.
I still remember your Sunday dress, white with the blue you loved the best. We danced on gravel beneath the moon, thinking forever would find us soon.
But roads grew rough and dreams got torn, and dawn arrived with a colder morn. We let our fears take the place of trust, and watched our home turn to scattered dust.
We held on tight, but we slipped away, and Cedar Creek whispered love can't stay.
Now there's love left behind in Cedar Creek, echoes of promises we couldn't keep, two lonely shadows carved in the pines, two broken hearts reading old love signs. We walked away, but the truth still speaks. There's love left behind in Cedar Creek. If you return to that creek someday, I'll meet you there where the memories lay. But some old rivers never turn back time, and some lost loves stay on the county line. Now there's love left behind in Cedar Creek, in the quiet fields where the willows weep. We gave it all, but we lost the fight, drifting apart in the fading light. Still every dawn, my heart grows weak for the love left behind in Cedar Creek. There's a dirt road leading home where the red barn stands so tall. Mama's curtains in the window sway like they're saying, welcome y'all. And every fence post whispers stories of the days that passed us by. Family roots grow strong and steady under the old farm sky. Daddy's boots are by the doorway, dusty from the fields he'd roam. His laughter echoes in the rafters in this place we all call home. The porch swing sings its gentle tune whenever memories drift by. Family roots run deep and true under the old farm sky. Under the old farm sky, where our hearts learn how to fly, where love was sown in the soil below and carried through years gone by. In every breeze, in every tree, in every tear we cry, we find our way back home again under the old farm sky. Grandma's Bible on the table, pages worn from time and grace. Her Sunday hymns still linger in the corners of this place. Kids chase dreams through open fields, just like you and I. Life begins and circles back under the old farm sky. Maybe we'll wander far someday, but no matter where we roam, the roots we planted long ago will always point us home. Under the old farm sky, where our hearts learned how to try, where joy and sorrow shaped our days like clouds that drift on by. And when we're gone, our love lives on in the earth where stories lie. Family roots forever grow under the old farm sky. Walk those dusty back road miles where golden wheat still sways, where we carved our names on fence posts, dreaming of our younger days. But time can steal the brightest hopes and leave a heart unwound, like love we lost together in the fields of my hometown.
I still remember summer nights, the fireflies and your smile, your hand in mine, the promise that we'd stay for just a while. But life can pull two hearts apart, no matter how they're bound, and love slipped through our fingers in the fields of your hometown.
In the fields of your hometown, where wildflowers watched us drown, in dreams too big and fears too deep, in memories we still try to keep, two shadows fading on the ground. Love lost in the fields of your hometown.
I hear the midnight whistle from the train that took you far. You waved goodbye through teary eyes beneath the fading
I stood alone among the rows where our secrets lay down, missing you like echoes in the fields of my hometown. I tried to build a life beyond the county line we knew, but every harvest moon brought back the memory of you. And though I walked new highways, still my heart came back around to the love we left behind in the fields of your hometown. In the fields of your hometown, where wildflowers watched us drown, in dreams too big and fears too deep, and memories we still try to keep, two shadows fading on the ground. Love lost in the fields of your hometown. If I met you there again, would we change the way it ends? Or would the winds of yesterday still scatter us like grains? Our hearts were young, our hopes unbound, but love got lost among the brown. In the fields of your hometown, where silence is the only sound. We love too soon, we learn too late. Some stories drift and fade with fate, yet still our hearts return somehow to love lost in the fields of your hometown. I boarded that train at sunrise, chasing dreams beyond our town. But every clatter of those steel rails feels like the echoes of what I let down.
Your tears were falling softly as the whistle cried deep,
and I rode steel rails to the love I couldn't keep. I watched that old train vanish through the morning silver haze, hoping somehow you'd look back with the heart you had in younger days.
but the platform felt colder when I realized love can't compete with a man riding steel rails to the love you couldn't keep.
Steel rails roll on, carrying our pain across the lonely valleys, through miles of rain. No matter how far those restless wheels sweep, they carried you away from the love you couldn't keep. Nights in distant cities don't shine like your front porch light, and I've tried to drown the memories in the noise of downtown nights.
but the truth keeps pulling at me in a silence too steep.
I rode steel rails
to the love I couldn't keep.
I still said one place at supper, like the nights before you'd leave, pretending you're out working and not just gone because you need.
A life far from the promise that once ran warm and deep, while you chase steel rails from the love you couldn't keep.
Steel rails roll on, carrying our pain across the lonely valleys, through miles of rain. No matter how far those restless wheels sweep, they carried you away from the love you couldn't keep. Maybe someday the whistle will call your heart back home, and these tracks that stole our story will guide you where you're known.
But until that train returns, my nights are yours to keep.
Though you rode steel rails to the love you couldn't keep. Steel rails roll on, but I still believe love can find its way through the miles you grieve. If the good Lord's willing and the journey runs deep, you'll find your way back to the love you couldn't keep. Packed my bags before the dawn, chasing work beyond the hills. Left the valley where my baby sleeps, and the home your laughter fills. The old dirt road felt heavier with every step I took away. I whispered prayers to morning winds, hoping love would let me stay.
You kissed our child upon his hair, held him close before you'd roam. You said, darling, keep him safe from me until these hands can bring us home.
I stood there by the wooden gate, watching shadows claim your frame, and every heartbeat that you left echoed softly with your name. Father's heart left behind in the valley, where the wildflowers bloom and memories lie, while city roads call him far from his family. Love stays planted where the mountains touch the sky. No distance breaks the love we carry. A father's heart still beats in that valley.
nights are cold and strange, they never warm a working man. I earn my keep with tired bones, dreaming of your touch again.
I hear our baby's laughter in every train whistle at night, and I trade every paycheck here for one more kiss in morning light.
I rock our child to sleep each night, tell him stories of your smile. I keep your boots beside the door, pretending you're gone just a while.
The valley winds still call your name, they miss you just as much as I hold our little family close till you return beneath our sky. A father's heart left behind in the valley, where the river hums the same old lullaby, while faraway towns try to steal his glory. His soul stays rooted where our love won't die. No city shines as bright or gladly as the home that holds his heart in the valley. One day the road will lead you back through golden fields and open air, where tiny footsteps run to meet you and love waits patient standing there. A father's heart left behind in the valley, but every mile brings him closer to our door. When he returns, no storm can shake our family. We'll stand united, stronger than before. For love keeps growing, pure and steady. A father's heart forever in that valley. I crossed the county border with a suitcase in my hand, chasing dreams that whispered louder than the quiet southern land. But the moment that I left you, something shifted in my mind. Now I'm miles away from the heart I left behind. I watched you fade to shadows on that long and dusty road. Told myself to stay strong, though the truth was hard to hold. Every sunset in our hometown keeps your memory intertwined, though you're miles away from the heart you left behind. Miles away from the heart I left behind. Runaway dreams tangled up in time. I thought the world would heal the ache inside, but every mile just deepens the divide. Now I'm lost in a place I'll never call mine. Miles away from the heart I left behind. I played my songs for strangers in a bar on Union Street, but no applause could drown the echo of our two-step beat. The neon lights were blinding, but your memory kept me kind. Still I'm miles away from the heart I left behind. I kept your old flannel hanging hanging by the window frame, like a ghost of Sunday mornings whispering your name. I try to move on slowly, but true love's not redesigned. Feels like you're miles away from the heart you left behind. Miles away from the heart I left behind. Runaway dreams tangled up in time. I thought the world would heal the ache inside, but every mile just deepens the divide. Now I'm lost in a place I'll never call mine, miles away from the heart I left behind. Well, I'd give up every highway if it meant I'd see your face. I'd walk through every sorrow just to feel your warm embrace. Maybe love's a map we've forgotten how to find, yet still it points us home through the hills of our minds. Miles away from the heart I left behind, but tonight I feel a shift inside. If you forgive the distance and the reckless pride, I'll take the first train home at sunrise. No more running from the love that's mine. No more miles from the heart I left behind. These city lights don't shine like home. I walk these streets, but I walk alone. Your name's a whisper in the midnight air, a gentle echo saying I'm still there.
I sit by the window in our old hometown, watching the sun as it settles down. I pray you're safe in that crowded place, 'cause every night I long to see your face.
Though miles apart, our hearts remain too long in beats in the nighttime rain. These are lonely nights in a city not my own, where the streets feel cold and the truth is shown. No matter where I roam or how far I've flown, my heart keeps calling your name alone. And I'm holding on, though I'm far from home, to you, my love, in this city not my own. The cafe's closed, but the neon stays, reminding me of our sweeter days. I chase my dreams, but they fade like smoke when I remember every vow we spoke.
Your letters rest on my bedside stand, ink stained with hope from your trembling hand. I read them slow when the nights turn low,
distance. We fight the ache for love that time could never break. These are lonely nights in a city not my own, where the stars feel dim and the winds have blown. But across the miles our love has grown, stronger than every tear we've known. I'm dreaming of the day I come back home, from this city not my own. If I could hold you tonight once more, I'd lock your heart like I did before, till distance fades and the world turns small, and love stands proud through it all. No more lonely nights in a city not my own, 'cause I'll return where our love has grown. Under the porch light we're fully known, two hearts meeting after being alone. And I'll lay down these weary miles I've flown to be with you, far from that city not my own. I still remember how the twilight kissed your hair, right on that porch where we learned how much we cared. But seasons turn and shadows fill the floor. Now I sit alone where your boots touched the boards before.
That old porch swing still whispers every night about two foolish hearts who lost the will to fight. I walked away, but the memories stayed behind, rocking in the breeze with your name tangled in mine.
Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands, but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there, where I once kissed you true. Your laughter used to dance across the cedar rail. Now all I hear is the lonely nightingale. I tried to mend the boards and patch our broken yesterdays, but the paint kept peeling with the words we couldn't say.
I kept the ribbon from the night you held me tight, saying you'd love me till the stars ran out of light. But promises fall quiet when pride gets in the way, and all we built together slowly washed to gray. Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands,
but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there, where I once kissed you true. Maybe if the swing still knows our tune, we could find our way back under that silver moon. But echoes don't forgive and memories don't lie. We lost our life beneath that southern sky. Love faded on the old front porch, where our hands first touched and our hearts swore more. Now the boards are worn and the steps feel rough, but the place remembers when our love was enough. Yes, love faded there, but it still calls me back to you. The city lights are burning brighter than the stars we knew, but every step I'm taking feels like walking far from you. These dreams I'm chasing echo down the cold skyline, yet your voice keeps calling, whispering, come back when you find. Out here in the meadows where the daisies softly sway, I wait beside the fence line, hoping you'll come home someday. Your boots left dusty footprints on this heart you used to hold. Now I pray the city's kindness warms you when the nights get cold. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. You ran toward tomorrow while I stayed where love resides. Between the towers and the tall grass, our hearts still collide. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. The subway is always humming, but it don't drown out your name. And the crowds keep moving forward, but I feel I'm stuck the same. I see your smiling windows when the neon starts to glow, and I wonder if you're waiting, standing where the wind still blows. The barn door creaks at sunrise like it's asking where you've been. Your old guitar is silent, missing all your gentle hymns. I rock our little darling as she gazes at the moon, saying Papa's following dreams, but he'll be home real soon. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. Two hearts pulled in directions only distance can divide. But love keeps on returning no matter how far you ride. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. If I could trade these towers for the hills where you still stand, I'd open up my arms again and gently take your hand. Her love don't need the glitter, just a quiet place to grow. And the countryside is calling in a voice we used to know. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. But I'm coming home tomorrow, no more roads to run or hide. Where the fields meet the horizon, your heart waits with mine. countryside. Woke to quiet on that summer morn. The porch was still, the sky was torn. Your suitcase missing from the old wood chair told me your heart wasn't staying here.
I trace the dust along that gravel road, left footprints fading where the sunrise glowed.
I didn't turn back though my soul was weak, 'cause loving you hurt more than leaving this creek. We loved too strong, we broke too fast, but some goodbyes are built to last. On the day your footsteps left this town, all the colors turned to shades of brown. The church bell rang, but the song fell wrong. The wind stopped humming our old love song. My world fell quiet without a sound. On the day your footsteps left this town.
Your ribbons hanging on the maple tree, faded now like the promise you left with me. I still hear you calling in the evening rain, but shadows ain't voices, they won't ease the pain.
I kept your letter in a drawer of pine, every word trembling just like mine. I thought I'd find peace down the county line, but nothing's as heavy as a love resigned.
We held on tight, but we slipped apart. Two wounded souls with a shattered heart.
On the day your footsteps left this town, even the river quit running down. The fields turned gray, the lights went low, the porch lamp flickered like it used to glow. And nothing's been right since you've been gone. On the day your footsteps left this town. If you came back through that dusty lane,
would you forgive the hurt, the strain?
or would we break like we did before?
Two echoes crying behind a closed door.
On the day your footsteps left this town, the jukebox died in the old rundown. The sky turned pale, the nights grew long, and even hope forgot its song. But my heart still waits for the softest sound of your footsteps returning to this town.